Hello students, this video is brought to you by Southern Pathshala. MCQs on moving charges and magnetism. The concept that moving charges or the current producing magnetic field was discovered by Ørsted. Okay, magnetic field is a vector quantity. Lorentz force is the force experienced by the charged particle moving in electric and the magnetic field, because Lorentz force is given by F is equal to E into Q plus it will be BQV sin theta. Okay, this is the expression for Lorentz force. Force experienced by the positive charged particle moving in the magnetic field is given by Fleming's right hand rule. Okay, force acting on a charged particle moving in magnetic field is maximum when. Okay, force is given by F is equal to BQV sin theta. If theta is equal to 90 degree, then sin 90 degree is equal to 1. Then F max is equal to BQV. That is nothing but the charged particle moves perpendicular to the magnetic field. The force acting on a charged particle is minimum. Magnetic field is 0 when theta is equal to 0 degree or theta is equal to 180 degree, then it will be 0. That is nothing but charged particle moves parallel or anti-parallel. Theta is equal to 0 means parallel. Theta is equal to 180 degree means anti-parallel. Okay. Next, under which condition the particle will experience a force in a magnetic field? Okay, that is nothing but F is equal to BQV sin theta. That is, it should be electrically a charged particle, Q. It should be moving with a certain speed, that is V. The direction of velocity of the charged particle must make an angle with the magnetic field other than 0 or 180 degree, that is sin theta. Therefore, all the above condition must satisfy the correct answer. Neutron moves with a uniform velocity at an angle of 90 degree to a uniform magnetic field. Its path will be, okay, neutron means charge on the neutron is 0, therefore F is equal to 0, therefore it moves in a straight line. A proton is kept in a uniform magnetic field, the proton will. Okay, here they have said kept. That means the velocity of the proton is 0. If velocity is equal to 0, then F is equal to BQV is equal to 0. Therefore, it will not move because there is no force. Okay, then a charged particle moves parallel to a magnetic field. Its path is, okay, parallel means theta is equal to 0. So, therefore, F is equal to 0. Therefore, it moves in a straight line. Next, question number 11. A charged particle moves anti-parallel to the magnetic field with path. Anti-particle means again theta is equal to 180 degree, F is equal to 0. Therefore, there is no force on that. Therefore, it moves in a straight line. A charged particle moves perpendicular to the magnetic field. That is nothing but theta is equal to 90 degree. F max is equal to BQV. Maximum force will be experienced. Therefore, the particle moves in a circle. A charged particle moves with an angle theta to a magnetic field. If theta is not equal to 0, theta is not equal to 180 degree and theta is not equal to 90 degree, then path of the charged particle is given by, that is a helix. A charged particle moving with a certain speed enters a uniform magnetic field aligned in some other direction to its motion. Now, so its direction of motion changes. That is the correct answer. A charged particle moving with a certain speed enters a uniform magnetic field aligned in some other direction to its motion. Now, so it is nothing but its speed changes, kinetic energy changes, direction of motion also changes. Okay, here they have given electric field. If magnetic field is given, then only the direction of motion will change. But electric field means its speed changes, kinetic changes, and also the direction of motion is also changes. SI unit of magnetic field is, that is nothing but Tesla. SI unit is Tesla. So 1 Gauss is equal to, that is 10 to the power of minus 4 Tesla. Unit of magnetic field in terms of base units. Okay, base units ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ fundamental units ಅಲ್ಲಿ. We know that F is equal to BQV or B is equal to F divided by Q into V. SI unit of F is Newton. SI unit of charge is Coulomb. SI unit of velocity is meter per second. If you arrange, you will get Newton second per Coulomb per meter. Therefore, the option A will be the correct one. 1 Tesla is equal to 1 Newton second per Coulomb per meter. Magnitude of force F acting on positively charged particle moving with a speed at an angle of theta to a magnetic field is given by F is equal to BQV sin theta. Magnitude of force acting on a conductor of length L carrying current, it is given by, that is F is equal to BIL sin theta. Okay, force acting on a current carrying conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field is maximum. So when it is maximum, that is theta is equal to 90 degree. That is nothing but when the conductor is placed perpendicular to the magnetic field. Next question, question number 23. Force acting on a conductor carrying current placed in uniform magnetic field is minimum if theta is equal to 0, that is sin 0 is equal to 0. That is, it is placed parallel to the magnetic field. That will be the correct answer. When a charged particle is describing helix in a magnetic field, distance moved by it along the magnetic field during one rotation is called as pitch. Okay, this is a helical path. One complete rotation means from here to here. The distance between this point and this point is called as pitch. Value of pitch for a charged particle moving perpendicular to the magnetic field is, it is given by 0, because pitch is given by P is equal to V cos theta into 2 pi m divided by B cube. Theta is equal to 90 degree perpendicular means, therefore cos 90 degree is equal to 0. Therefore you are getting the answer is 0. Lorentz equation is given by, that is F is equal to E into Q plus Q into V cross B. That is a Lorentz equation, option D. Dimension formula for QE plus Q into V cross B, that is Lorentz force. That is this is equal to force. SI unit of force is kg meter per second. Therefore it will be m1 L1 t to the power of minus 2. Therefore option B will be the correct one. 28. A positively charged particle moving perpendicular to both electric and magnetic field with a uniform speed. Magnetic and electric fields are mutually perpendicular to each other. The ratio of magnitude of electric field and the magnetic field is equal to the speed of the particle. The path traced by the particle is, it is a straight line, because ratio of E by B is nothing but a velocity. This is a principle in a velocity selector when the particle is moves in a straight line. Therefore option D will be the correct one. A positively charged particle Q is moving perpendicular to the both electric and magnetic field with a uniform speed. Magnetic and electric fields are mutually perpendicular to each other. The ratio of magnitude of electric field and the magnetic field is equal to speed v of the particle. Now the net force on the charged particle is equal to 0. Okay, 0. So we have proved F is equal to QE minus BQV if theta is equal to 90 degree. If you substitute value of V is equal to E divided by B, that is given in the problem. That is F is equal to QE minus QB E by B. BB get cancelled. It will be QE minus QE. Therefore F is equal to 0. Charge to mass of the particle electron was first determined by J.J. Thomson. Okay, through his vacuum experiment. The method employed by J.J. Thomson while determining the charge to mass ratio of the electron is given by velocity selector. Okay, next problem. Mass spectrometer employs the principle of velocity selector. Okay, what are the uses of velocity selector? It is nothing but it is used as a mass spectrometer. That is, we know that device used to exert charged particle is nothing but cyclotron. In a cyclotron, direction of charged particle changed by magnetic field. Okay, magnetic field what will do? It will changes the direction. Electric field accelerates the charged particle. A charged particle of negligible mass can be accelerated in electric field. Okay, period of rotation of the charged particle in a cyclotron is independent of the radius, because period is given by T is equal to 2 pi m divided by BQ. There is no term for the radius, therefore it is independent. Frequency of rotation of the charged particle in a cyclotron is, again it is independent of the radius, because frequency F is equal to BQ divided by 2 pi m. There is no term for the radius. Cyclotron was invented by E.O. Lorentz and M.S. Livingston. Okay, relation between current and the magnetic field produced by a current element is given by Biot-Savart's law. It is given by dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl sin theta divided by r square. The relation between the permittivity of free space epsilon naught, permeability of free space mu naught, then the product of mu naught and epsilon naught is given by, that is, you know that C is equal to 1 divided by root of epsilon naught mu naught. Therefore, that is, if you solve, it will be 1 divided by C square. That is, option C will be the correct one. And if the permittivity of the free space is epsilon naught and permeability is mu naught, then the speed of the light is given by A. That is 1 divided by root of epsilon naught mu naught. That is very important one. Magnetic field produced by a circular coil carrying current is maximum at the center. That is given by BC is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi R. Next question. Magnetic field due to infinitely long straight current carrying wire is at a distance R outside is, it is given by Ampere's law. B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi R. That is, B is inversely proportional to distance. That is, B is inversely proportional to R. Magnetic field due to infinitely long straight current carrying wire at a distance R from its axis within the wire is inversely proportional to R. Okay. Next, the line integral of B dot dl in a closed curve is equal to, that is given by Ampere's circuital law. That is, B dot dl is equal to mu naught times net current. Therefore, it is mu naught times the net current enclosed in the area bounded by the curve. Magnetic field due to infinitely long solenoid is, that is given by B is equal to mu naught Ni. It is uniform along axis inside. Okay, inside the solenoid it will be a uniform. Magnetic field due to infinitely long solenoid is directly proportional to current, because B is equal to mu naught Ni. That is, B is proportional to I. Okay, that is option A will be the correct one. Magnetic field inside a solenoid is given by, that is, B is there is mu naught into Ni. Magnetic field inside a toroid is also given by mu naught into N into I. Which of the following device can use to produce very strong uniform magnetic field? That is nothing but a solenoid. Like current, they will attract each other. That is, you have a derivation, current carrying conductor, that is two infinitely current carrying conductor in the same direction, then the force acting on that will be a attraction force. If unlike currents are produced, then it will be a repel to each other. Two infinitely long straight parallel conductor, each carrying current of 1 ampere in the same direction, kept separated by a distance of 1 meter in air, they will attract each other with a force of, okay, so 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton per meter. That is the definition of ampere. Okay, ampere definition it is. Next question. Question number 54. A current loop placed in uniform magnetic field experiences only the torque. Okay, that is the correct one. Torque acting on a current loop is maximum when, okay, that is option B, plane of the coil is perpendicular to the uniform magnetic field, because tau is equal to Bm sin theta. If theta is equal to 90 degree, then tau is equal to Bm, that will be a maximum value. That is option B. SI unit of magnetic moment is given by M is equal to product of current into area. SI unit of current is ampere, SI unit of area is meter square. Therefore, ampere meter square will be the correct answer. A rectangular coil carrying current is placed with its plane making an angle of 90 degree with the direction of magnetic field. Now the torque acting on it will be a maximum value that I have explained here. So net force acting on a circular current loop placed in uniform magnetic field is 0. Okay. So expression for the Bohr magneton is given by, that is a direct relation, mu is equal to EH divided by 4 pi epsilon. Value of Bohr magneton is 9.27 into 10 to the power of minus 24 ampere meter square. Current flowing through a circuit can be detected by using a galvanometer. A galvanometer deflection per unit current is called as current sensitivity. Okay, it is given by SI is equal to BNA divided by K. Sensitivity of the galvanometer can be increased by increasing the number of turns in the coil, because SI is directly proportional to N. Current flowing through a circuit can be measured by using an ammeter. A galvanometer is converted into ammeter by connecting low resistance in parallel. Therefore, option D. So next question number 66. Range of the ammeter can be increased by decreasing the value of shunt resistor. Okay, the value of shunt resistance is the small value resistance. This value decrease ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಂಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ರೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Potential difference across any component of the circuit is measured by using a voltmeter. A galvanometer is converted into voltmeter by connecting high resistance in series with the coil. That is option A. Range of the voltmeter can be increased by increasing the value of series resistance. The dimension formula of moment magnetic moment is, that is M is equal to I into A, that is ampere meter square. Ampere is a fundamental unit and the meter is a fundamental unit. Therefore, M0L2A. Therefore, the correct option is option B. M0A1L2. Thank you. Please subscribe Southern Pathshala for more such videos.